really excited about this little video today. I'm preparing two sculptures for an exhibition tomorrow. I just want to mount this so that it's nice and stable on the base. This piece was cast using smooth cast with a marble dust filler, and as I roto-cast this piece, it's hollow and quite light. I'm going to fill it up with polyurethane foam, then drill a hole and mount the base. I'm just going to pop this into a plastic bag to protect the piece, and then prop it up, and then just use some electrical tape to keep it in position. Oops. Right. Now with polyurethane foam, it's quite tricky to determine exactly how much you need. So I'm prepared to have a little bit of spillage, and also I've got to pour that through the 10mm hole I drilled for the mounting pin. So I'm just going to cut a little square window in this plastic bag. Pop a little bit of masking tape over it. And then just cut the hole open again. Okay, now I just want to be prepared for any spills with this urethane resin. And also, once it's mixed, you've only got about 30 seconds to place the material. So I'm hoping that I've got enough time. Fortunately, it's nice and cold today, so that is definitely in my favor. I've got an empty container to mix the part A and part B, and then got again a little bit of off-cut wood as a mixing stick. Okay, let's go for it. I'm going to mix part A and part B together. Now, I like to pour them at the same time. It does help that they mix a little bit easier. Well, in theory at least. Just scrape this one out. Now we're going to mix this. Once I start mixing, the chemical reaction will start, and then there isn't a lot of time to sort of mess around with it. Right, it's done. Now we're just going to pour. Right, perfect timing. So I just sort of compared this to a 1 litre bottle, and determined how much material I'm going to need. Now, polyurethane foam expands 15 times its unmixed volume. So I just did a little bit of math, and I'm hoping that we've got the right amount here. Now I've just got to wait for this to foam. This might take a little bit of time. Well, it turned out to be a little bit more than 2 hours. I got into some playtime with my little guy, and so yeah, it's actually the next day already. The foam is set up, and as it happened, I've guessed it exactly. So it's just filled the hole. So I'm just going to rip this plastic, take the masking tape off. And then just clean out a little bit of the foam out of the hole. And now comes the tricky part. We've got to position the base in here absolutely perfectly, and pretty much only got one shot at it. I've notched the stainless steel rod just to give the glue a bit more purchase on it. So yeah, let me get this off here and see how this goes. There we go. Now I'm just going to position that over the mounting hole, and then I should be able to just force this down. There we go. I just want to make sure that it lines up perfectly. Right. There's it. Let's have another quick skew. Seems like I've got the general idea of the hole, so I'm just going to get a drill and then drill that hole through. Well, as Murphy would have it, I didn't have a drill bit long enough, so I just had to use the persuader, but I managed to get the base in here. So I'm just going to set that up nicely. Line it up, and that's perfect. So what I need to do now is mix up some of this quickset epoxy, and then just anchor that in there properly. I'll just set that aside. Well, these are quite easy. They come in 2 tubes, mix equal parts. I've got the white one. That should be enough. And then just part B. Need to mix up a little bit more. and it's quite important just to match the colours of the caps, otherwise you glue the cap on there, and that will be a bit of a disaster. Now we're just going to give this a good mix. Okay. And now I'm just going to work some of this into the hole, so that when I put the pin in, it all glues up nicely. Also going to apply a little bit to the pin. And just make sure I don't get epoxy where I don't want it. Okay, and then I'm just going to, as I put it in, I'm going to rotate it just to distribute the glue evenly. Oops. And I'm just going to anchor the sculpture, line that up nicely. I want the front of the leg to be parallel to the base. Okay, just want to do one final check, and then I'm just going to remove the excess glue around the pin, just to tidy it up nicely. I find it really handy to have little sticks and bits and pieces around, because then I can actually make a little tool for the job as I go. Okay, that's good. The last little bits that on the stainless steel rod, I will just scrape off once it's set. I'm not going to fiddle with this much more. One last check. Right, and I'll see you once this glue is set. Okay, let's this glue is set up nicely. Now I just want to do a final clean of the little bits of glue on the metal tin. You just use a these sharp utility knives for that. Right, and there we go. That's absolutely perfect. I just want to give the sculpture a little bit of a wipe down with some acetone just to make sure it's nice and clean. And then I'm just going to polish up the wooden base as well. Now to polish the base, I use a all natural product manufactured here locally in South Africa by Pro Nature. It's a linseed oil, beeswax and carnauba based wood polish, and it is absolutely magnificent. Pro Nature also makes a range of other wood sealers with pigments mixed in, as well as wall paints, and everything's VOC free, environmentally friendly, so they are well worth checking out. I'll put a link to their website in the description box below. I've used a couple of their products, and I must say I'm very, very impressed. The nice thing is also that because it's locally manufactured, one can chat to the guys, and they are more than willing to help with advice on various projects. Right, now I'll just give that a bit of a buff. Right, and there she is, ready to go off to the gallery. And then the other piece I'm taking is that one. Now both these pieces were done with smooth on products. This one has got a marble dust filler, and this one has got a bronze powder filler. I am planning to do some casting videos in the near future, so keep your eyes peeled on my channel, and yeah, please subscribe, and thanks for watching.